Hi everyone and welcome to 2023. I hope it's not too late for such a video, but I felt like sharing some of my ideas. I felt like reflecting on the year that has just ended. And if you feel the same, if you feel like spending some time in a pleasant company, then grab a cup of tea or coffee or whatever you like, and let's talk about 2022. Well, I must say I'm not really about the resolutions, about promising something, about sharing successful success, or speaking about great results of mine at the end of the year or in the beginning of the new year. I'm mostly about analyzing the year in terms of, if I can say so, life lessons, in terms of things that I managed to understand during the year, in terms of thoughts that were predominant for me, in terms of some ideas that helped me to move on, that inspired me, that turned out to be the key ones during the year. And today I'll share some of them. Perhaps you'll share yours in the comments. I'll be really glad to read them, so feel free to share whatever you felt or whatever you were thinking about throughout 2022. Well, as for me, as for many people, it was not the easiest year of all, but I must say that for me personally it was a year of very strong, vivid emotions, both positive and negative ones. And what I witnessed for myself was that I managed to remain mentally balanced and more stable, more than before at least. I was happy to find it out because despite all the events that were coming throughout the year, bad news, good news, new experience, the necessity to change lots of things in my life, I managed to maintain this kind of balance. I managed to remain rather active. I managed to move on. I managed to remain reasonable, let's put it like that, and managed to find energy to continue doing whatever I was doing. And this is good. This is a positive result personally for me. That's one of the things that I learned this year, what I've been, somehow ignoring for a very long time was my energy level. And I've been ignoring for forever, let's say. I was saying, okay, something like sleeping is for losers, I can work 24/7 and I can combine all things that I do, working, life, family and whatnot, lots of things. This is the year where I understood that it's fine to say that your energy is running low, and it's fine to start searching for your energy, and it's fine to start and try to get your energy back. What I did was that I finally had a look at my sleeping schedule, my sleeping routine, and I managed to normalize it for myself. I had a look at the quality of my sleep, and it really turned out to be a game changer. This is a very simple thing, but for people like me who, like going to bed late, because I have a son, I have my husband, and sometimes throughout the day it's so difficult to find time for myself. And in the evening, usually it's my favorite time, especially after everyone goes to bed. And I was so fond of dedicating this time for me, reading something, watching something, just keeping this bit of time for myself. But actually the fact is that I was going to bed really late, and I had still to wake up rather early, and I lacked energy. It was not good, so I somehow managed to fix it. Another thing that I found really important was that I noticed that I lacked some physical activity. And I must tell you the truth that I've been following some online courses, I've been working out at home and so on. That was okay, but at a certain point I felt like something was missing. And I realized that as I'm working from home, I just lack not just physical activity, I lack physical activity outside. So I managed to somehow again change my routine throughout the day, and I implemented morning walks into my routine. And I think I try to take a walk 3 to 4 times a week. I find these walks so refreshing, so dynamic and energizing. I love them. The key thought here, the key message is that it is so important to find things that are easily implemented into your own routine. It's not okay to follow somebody else's advice, saying, have to go to the gym, you have to do this, you have to do that. It's so important to analyze your own needs and to find your own solutions. Definitely for me, it's one of the key thoughts of the year. Then this fantastic 2022 brought me to another point. The point that made me realize that true investment, or the best investment, is investment in myself. I know that it might sound really simple, really easy and really common, but at the time when we see military conflicts, we see huge economic problems, we see people moving urgently, leaving their homes, people who lose jobs, we just come to the point one can say there is no stability in the investment that we're used to, in having money somewhere, or investing into stocks, or investing into crypto or houses, whatever people feel like investing into. I think the only investment which really works out is investment in ourselves, in our skills and our knowledge, which gives us real stability, because wherever you go, whatever happens, the only thing which is always left is yourself. And it's so important to understand that whatever happens and wherever you go, you can always start from scratch, just thanks to yourself and thanks to your own skills and experience. Thus, I think one of the key things for me for 2023 will be the development of my professional skills, the development of the activities that I really enjoy and that give me mental stability, that give me professional stability, and that bring sense to my life. Well, I think I've already mentioned lots of things that have to do with mental health, which I find really important. But there is one idea that I found really important for me throughout the year, was that happiness is actually a skill. It's a skill to find something good, something fruitful in every single day, whatever it brings. Whenever it brings challenges, whenever it brings difficulties, whenever it brings some destabilizing things. It's a skill, and it can be trained, it can be developed. The skill to find happiness in everyday life, in really common things, in simple things, in things that surround us, in every activity that fills our days. And I would like to continue dwelling on this kind of point, and I would like to again follow this way this year. Let me know what you think about that. Does it work out for you or not? And perhaps I'll even film a video about developing the skill of happiness. Why not? Well, another point which turned out to be really important for me is that in 2022 I finished my studies in neuroscience, in neurocoaching. This is a completely new field for me. I started in 2021 and I finished my studies in 2022, getting a certification. So now I'm a certified coach. I'm so proud of myself. I'm so glad to be part of this community. And this is my additional profession. This is my additional professional skill. And apart from joy that it obviously brought me, it actually brought certain fears. And my key idea here is that when you're in your 30s and you are changing your profession, or you are starting from scratch, or you get some additional professional skills, even when you're an adult, it's okay to have fears. It's okay to have fears, it's okay to be afraid of something. That's the way our brain functions, that's just human, that's just normal. And the winner is the person who carries on despite all the fears, or together with the fears, embracing one's fears and facing them. And my intention for the next year is just to face my fears again, and go and study them, make friends with my fears perhaps. Well, and perhaps last but not the least, one of the conclusions that I have come to is that being an adult is not a figure in your passport. It's not a date that is fixed there. It's the quality of your everyday choice. Only the choices that we face every single day, every single minute, make us an adult, a responsible person in charge of our own life. Well, all in all, my conclusion is the following. I don't think time will come when some special person comes to us and says, well, now a perfect period in your life has started, everything will move on smoothly, don't be afraid of anything, and just do whatever you like, and everything will be a success. I would be glad to be mistaken, but something tells me I'm not. Which means that whatever the circumstances are, no matter how hard the situation is and how complicated, life turns out to be for us at the moment, it's all the matter of choice. Let's try to concentrate on the brighter side of things and spend time with people we love and just share the best of what we have. Well, that was 2022 for me. I'm about to say, well, take care, be caring towards yourselves, towards your nearest and dearest. Please subscribe to this channel and hit the like button if you enjoyed the video, if you enjoyed spending this time together. I would be glad to find out what your 2022 was like in the comments down below. And well, Happy New Year again, and I'll see you in my